Hello ladies and gentlemen, it is Ocean Chief here for the final race of season 15. It is tier 1 and we have arrived finally at Saudi Arabia, the big Jeddah, and yeah, a very popular track, a new addition, one of the newest additions to the F1 calendar, and yeah, drivers seem to like this one. It is a street circuit. The walls are ever looming. That danger is always present of knocking the front wing or taking a wheel off, as I did in tier 2. But yeah, see there, the tire compound soft, medium, hard as usual. Will not get any rain here today. If anyone is in chat, let me know how the audio levels are. We won't be seeing any inters or wet tires today, I don't think, unless we see people trolling. But yeah, very good track for racing. But we do tend to see a lot of incidents here due to the close walls. We'll get down to the race session. We're already getting set up for that. Yep, drivers already getting out on track. Not too many out today for the finale, unfortunately. 12 drivers. A couple of reserves there as well. We have a Boosted Mess, who we saw on Wednesday. He is in the V-Carb today, and we've also got Wirch from tier 2. I think all the rest of the guys are regular tier 1 drivers. The tier 1 championship, of course, is sewn up. Justin Ayerts won that in emphatic style. I think he won seven or eight wins over the course of the 14 track season. So a domination from Justin. Danico, of course, joining the season late. And getting a few wins himself in the bag. As for the championship, not even going to look at it. We're going to look at this race as a standalone race. There may be some prizes on the table regards constructors and the runner-up spots in the championship, the driver championship. But yeah, we're just going to look at this race as a standalone race. And yeah, we've got Wirch, who in chat before this race said he did a 29.1, which isn't very fast at this track, especially in tier 1. Oh, and he gets it loose coming out of turn 2. And I think my audio of my game might be a little bit low, so I'm going to just give that a little bit of a boost. Oh, we're down to 3. Let's go 6. Can we handle 6? Let's find out. I'm going to go on board with Wirch here as he is making his way. I think he's just heading into sector 2 now. Yep. So got a sector 1 time up there. That mistake out of turn 2 will cost him a lot of time. But let's keep on board with the Red Bull here and see how he navigates. He's got a bit of traffic coming up. I think that guy's on outlaps, so they'll have to get out of the way. Hopefully they'll be aware of this fast Red Bull approaching. Yep, still in sector 2, and we're on this long winding straight, and just a dab on the brakes here, flick it in, get as close to that wall as possible. Wirch taking out nice. Ooh, had to make a small correction there on the second right-hander, or he would have tapped the wall. Again, making his way through a bit of traffic here, but be good to get a time on the board, and then you can race against the Delta on your subsequent laps. X-Crystals goes fastest there with 28.3, which is pretty decent. Run Cruiser 28.4, Nyko 28.5, Wirch 29.3, Jammy a 145, so he's obviously had an issue on that lap. Maybe pushing a little bit too hard there, and the Kick Sauber running pretty closely together here. That's Nyko and Jammy, so Jammy obviously having a bit of an issue there, but let's see who else we've got on the track. I see a Ferrari there. That's Run Cruiser making his way back to the pits. Who else have we got on the lap here? Gurla is invalidated his lap. We have Justin Ertz in the other Red Bull, so let's see. Sector 1 time. Might actually go on board with Justin to see how he is faring. Little lift off the accelerator. It runs wide and that invalidates the lap there. So yeah, this kind of track is one where practice really pays off, and we may see Justin just joining this race without any practice here as those S's. It takes a while just to get the rhythm right, and you can run wide on the exit as Boosted Mess is out of the session, and that looks like a crash on track. I think it is actually. Won't be able to see that, but it looks like in sector 2 or no, sector 1. Yeah. Boosted is out of the session. He get a 29.7 on the board, but yeah, he's going to drop down the order pretty quickly. I see another time going on the board. There's Vikander and Tunari. So we're already into the 27s. And yeah, Mercedes 1-2 at this point. 27.6 and the 27.7. 110 between the Mercedes boys. Touge, always there or thereabouts. He's got a 28 flat on the board. So yeah, some very fast times here. I don't think we're going to see a 26 today, but Tanari did say it is possible. Run Cruiser. Okay. Run Cruiser having a bit of a battering session on his way in to the pits. And we have no one in chat. I need people to keep me on my toes here, so if there's anybody there, say hello. Oh, we've got Speedy saying 12 people. Oh dear, I know, isn't it terrible? The final race of the season, you'd think it would have a bit more participation, but apparently when people sign up for a full-time seat, they basically just pick and choose what races they want to do. Justin in chat says hello Justin, the defending and current champ. 3 in a back-to-back. Yeah, back-to-back titles. Never been done before. Justin Ertz, he setting records out there. Although from what I saw of your first lap, Justin, I think it might be a bit of a mission to win this one today, but I'm sure it'll not take you long to get up to speed. But yeah, here we are, Jamie weaving all of the show in the kick cyber, trying to get some heat into the front tires. So I realize I've been in driver cam for the last 5 minutes, so I will switch to broadcast. Have a look at this beautiful kick cyber livery. I think some people don't like this, but I do, and I think yeah, you need a bit of something different just to mix things up a bit. I'm blathering on as usual, but Jamie, yes, starts his lap, and I'm sure he can better his previous lap time of 1:45.8. Cutting turn 1, turn 2, and getting a nice line through turn 3. And yeah, this is the part where a lot of drivers struggle. A lot of drivers can make up a lot of time here, especially in the race. Very, very difficult. And tell you what, if you get front wing damage, that was my in lap. You saw me bottle. Invalid. Yeah, I saw the invalid. Yeah, I did see that. Easy done. Easy done. But yeah, we're looking at Jamie right now. Sector 2 time should come up fairly soon. And we're going to get that Sector 2 time now. Let's see how much time he's up. 12.7 seconds. So massive gains here. He must have had that issue in Sector 2 on his last run. Smelto, you can indeed join. Yep, that is A-okay, and you'd be glad to know the McLarens are still available. So if you want to keep it real, that is an option. But yeah, the more the merrier, of course. Jamie about to cross the line here. What is he going to do? It is a 1:27.8, much better than his previous outing. And that's enough for P3, so a lot of time made up on that lap. Jamie is on it today, it seems. And he will have time for at least one more run. So we are actually going to have 13 drivers. I imagine Smelto will be joining very soon. And yeah, let's have a look who else is on track here. We've got Touge, currently in Sector 2. Ooh, and getting very close to the wall there. Missing the apexes on the right-handers, however, but may not cost them too much time that. as he makes his way down to the final corner. 3 DRS zones on this track, if my memory serves me correct. Two's just coming through the last one. The first one here is start finish straight, and then on the winding straight as well. Two's crossing the line just over 1/10 up, so it does not improve. Both Mercedes in the pits. Justin Earhart, he wants to prove me wrong. He is up to speed. 27.2, only 4/10 faster, and I think he clipped the wall here in turn 1 possibly, but there you go. Justin Earhart back on top where we like to see him. Also we got out there currently Touge, about to make his way back into the pits, I believe. Now Cow, currently P6 and not on a lap. X Crystals going P4 with 27.8. Nice tidy lap from the Italian. Let's have a look at his teammate actually, in the other Aston Martin. He is currently in sector 2, and if that delta time was anything to go by, this is not a good lap. And yeah, he's rocking 100% ERS, indicating that he is not on a lap currently, so we'll switch to another driver, Wirch. Actually, there's a man we want to watch. Danny Coe on a lap right now. Let's see how the man from Britain does. Speedy, are you there? Keep me on my toes, bro. Danny Coe has got a valid lap time here. Is he going to be good enough for pole, or is he going to be able to contest the front row of the grid? 122 coming out of the last corner. It looks good. It looks like it's going to be a 27. It's a 27.8. Good enough for P5 currently, and only 6/10 away from pole, so that will that bodes well for him, as he will get it back to the pits, get a fresh set of softs on, and out for his final run. I thought you'd appreciate, yeah, Danny from Britain, yeah, Britain. Danny from Britain. I shouldn't be allowed to commentate, especially on my own. Speedy, come commentate with me. Can you do that without swearing? Or insulting people? No one on a lap right now. Danny Coe making his way back into the pits. We've got everybody in the pits currently, just waiting for that timer to run down a little bit and get out for that final run. Yeah, I'm missing Tipsy Bob in chat. Usually has a dad joke or two. I know, bro. It's okay. I'm old enough to tell really bad jokes and get away with it, I think. Anyway, we do have 13 drivers. Smelto has joined us. He is in the McLaren. Yeah, Speedy saying, if someone drives like a moron, I wouldn't beat around the bush. Speedy tells it how it is. Give us a bad joke while we wait. Put on the spot here. You missed my wee quip about Danny from Britain. It's not even a joke. That's how bad it is. But we do have drivers heading out on track here. Who's leading the way here? Looks like Run Cruiser's first guy out on pits. I see a Aston Martin, so X Crystals as well, exiting the pits here. So these guys will get a bit of clear track. Interesting fact, Justin, I had an Orangina the other day. I believe those are from France. Le Orangina. Wasn't quite as nice as I remembered. But yeah, the reason why that's relevant is because I did 5 years of French, and one of the only phrases I remember from that time is "Je voudrais une orangina, s'il vous plaît." So if I ever get stuck in France, I'll at least not die first. And yeah, Joel, unfortunately Joel couldn't join us today. I'm not sure. He was otherwise engaged, but he sends his love, I'm sure. But yeah, we're rallying up here for the final runs from these drivers. Justin Ayer's currently on top by quite a considerable margin. Can the Mercedes boys kind of rein him in a little bit? And are we going to get a different winner here today other than Justin, who's, as I previously mentioned, been dominating this season? So if there's any budding drivers out there that think they can do better and can contest the man from France and also Ireland. I believe he's French but lives in Ireland. Oh, so what am I doing here? Crystals has invalidated his lap already. Run Cruiser already out. He looks like he's died there after caught napping there myself there. I didn't see them start that run, but that was turn 3. I believe Run Cruiser died. I died there myself in the Tier 2 race. Took a wheel off. There's a lot of blind kind of turn-in points here where you just have to throw it in, send it, and hope for the best. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. Justin is on a lap here though. We will keep an eye on him. Who's the other guy we want to keep an eye on? It's Tenari, it's McKender, it's Danny Koo. Oh, and Tenari is out, and you can see his car up ahead there. Actually, it's a McLaren, but what? Tenari. Oh, it's the same place where I died. Yep, he is dead. Turn 3 claims another victim. I think that might not be the last victim it claims. It looks like a Red Bull as well, struggling there. Is that? No, that's a V-Carb, I believe. But anyway, yeah, Justin, let's have a look. Sector 1 time. He's invalidated his lap. McKender is on a lap, however. He can contend for the lead of this qualifying session. Take pole in the dying moments. Is it possible? We will find out. Sector 2 time is about to be upon us. I want to keep an eye on Danny Koo as well. Danny Koo in Sector 2 himself. But the first man through the timing board for the Sector 2 time, slightly up on his time. So if he has to make up time for this pole, it's going to be a big ask. But he's asking for 4 tenths, 5 tenths now in the final sector, which is essentially 1 turn, I believe, maybe 2. Yeah, it's 1 turn. It's basically 1 turn, and McKender backs out of that lap. Not going to improve. Jamie did cross the line there. Goes P2. So the Mercedes are on the second row for now. Who else is on our lap? We've got Danny Koo, who is about to cross the line. Goes P2. So front row of the grid, Justin. Danny Koo, it looks like. Is Touge on a lap? He is not. Is Smelto on a lap? He is indeed. And I think... yeah, he's making his way from the final corner. It doesn't look like it's going to contend for pole, but how good is it going to be? It's good enough for P11. There we go. So Danny Koo joining Justin on the front row of the grid. I did see our gamer joining the game there, so we may have a co-commentator after all, which would indeed be brilliant. As I see SLR Joel playing PGA Tour. Wow. He's abandoned me for PGA Tour. He's playing golf. But there you go, Justin taking pole in the final race of the season. Danny Koo in P2 and Mercedes second row of the grid. So it's basically how the championship has been all season long. Justin on top with Tenari. I know. Yeah, but that's the thing. I'd rather play a golf game rather than do commentary with me. That's insulting. And Damien doesn't want to help me, yeah. This is how it is these days, Speedy. This is how it is. I'm basically holding this whole operation together myself. Oh, there he is. I got home. Yeah, likely story. You're waiting until that qualifying ended, and then you're like, right, let's load up PGA. It's fine, bro. I understand. It's okay. Now I'm just dropping major guilt bombs here, but I'll have to do the restart myself. And here we go. The lights are up. And we're underway for the finale, and it looks like Justin getting off to a very good start, as our gamer Damien thinks he has to have the game to keep you coming. Yeah, that would help for sure, but look at this, Danny Coe not getting off to the best start, and I think if I look down the order here, McKander dropping down a number of positions. Oh, and there's a bit of argy-bargy going on behind, Drone Cruiser and X-Crystals going side by side there. Into turn 3, that was a bit of a hairy moment for both those drivers. Ooh, and what is happening here? There's someone struggling, and it looks like Run Cruiser didn't get the best of exits out of the S's there. And again, going side by side. Touge getting... Oh, was that Touge? Yeah, that's Touge in P7, so he made up 2 positions there as these guys were squabbling between themselves. Oh, and there is a bit of side by side. It looks like, oh, is he going to stick it down the inside there? McKenna fought better off it. It is a straight, but it's a very bendy straight. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But yeah, if you're passing a car, you have to be very wary of the fact that that car might be going straight, but the track itself might be going left to right. So you have to be on your toes there. As the driver's making their way down to the final corner, and it's Justin leading the way out of the final corner. Oh, and there's something happening behind. It's X-Crystals and Run Cruiser going at it again. Run Cruiser back past X-Crystals. X-Crystals looks like he's got a pretty decent run here, and possibly using a lot of ERS. But Run Cruiser able to defend there. And look at this, Smelto up the inside. What a move from the Tier 2 driver, joining late. But getting up to speed, nicely done there from Smelto. And I just realized I need to get some of this juicy information on screen. Have a look at tires here as well. But look at this, Tenari right on the back of Danny Coe. McKenna was the biggest loser there, it seemed, out of the top guys. Dropped down to P7 momentarily, back up to P6, so... But it is a DRS train from P1 to P13. I'm just going to look at chat here. So, yeah. As the standard has dropped. Oh, are you saying I'm a bad commentator? I think on my own, yeah, I suck. But when I'm with a great commentator, I'm actually... not. I'm tolerable, I think.
Hello.
Hey, R-Gamer, there we go. Saved the day, man.
Finally here.
I think I was drowning there in my own comms. But yeah, just bring you up to speed. Tenari getting up to P2 on the start-finish straight. Gets the move on Danny Coe. But yeah, Justin has led the way from pole and maintains that P1 position. Tenari, not the best of starts, but able to get back to P2. Naiko with the first penalty of the day. But
yeah.
so far,
and we said the rest train was P1 to P13. It's not anymore. The pack has split up, and the Room Cruiser just got past 2K on the back straight, and now he's trying to chase the back and get up to the train ahead. He's on mediums also. So it will be easier for him, but let's see.
Yeah, bit of a spread on the tire strats as well. Like, looks like half and half, medium and hards. Oh, and Run Cruiser, oh my word, that back end very loose coming out of that corner there. I think he did message me before the race. He said, after this race, I'm installing this crap game. So I think he's just going hell for leather. It's his last venture on this game in League Racing, it seems.
That is hopefully not, but yeah. Tsunari He's on the back of Justin. Seems like the mediums are a bit faster than the hards, a lot faster than the hards, but Danny is still keeping up, at least. He's not losing the DRS train from guys ahead.
Yeah, and Smelto is on it. He's just got past Touge there, so I don't know if Touge had an issue or Smelto is... yeah, Smelto, a pretty good defense into turn 1, and now Run Cruiser coming under pressure from Touge. And I think, yeah, I mean, one of the big features of this game is how hard is it to get away from the DRS, you know, range of 1 second, you know, once you overtake someone. How hard is it to break that DRS? It's almost impossible if the guy's on somewhat similar pace behind.
Yeah, and the other side of this is trying to catch up to a DRS train. It's nearly impossible, as you'll see here with Smelto. He's going to lose time lap after lap. He won't be able to catch the train ahead unless there's some incident ahead or safety car.
Yeah, and I imagine there is going to be a safety car, but so far it looks pretty clean and tidy. We did have a few DNFs in qualifying, but obviously you're pushing to the absolute limit there, so that's to be expected, I guess. But yeah, we had one safety car in Tier 2 race. Oh, Tenari. Oh, my word. Early
That's very early.
Penalty, very early. That's demoralizing, I'm sure.
And Danny's almost on the fringes of getting out of the DRS zone. He was 9.5 tenths away there.
Yep, and look at this. Smelto and Run Cruiser now battling out for P7. Smelto and Run Cruiser are friends. Oh, and we do have a change of position for the lead. It's Tenari taking the lead going into turn 1. And that's after he got that time penalty. So, interesting stuff. Tenari obviously looking to push hard now. But he doesn't want to push too hard because he may pick up another penalty. And we saw how good Justin was last week at avoiding a time penalty when pretty much everybody else got one. Oh yeah, and Danny is out of DRS temporarily there. He's right on the edge. He can't afford to lose that DRS, especially with him being on hards. Like, I mean, this is where it pays off. If you keep up with these medium guys, he's going to be in the better tire in the second part of the race.
Yeah, I think the pit window is, I think, lap 13 or something around that. So he's like a third way there, so good enough, I think, to be...
Oh dear.
Crashed. I think Smelto, he half spun or something, and he got to a big damage there. Wing damage, I think. And he's all the way down to P13.
Yep, so that...
I think...
Yeah,
I think he did the same in Tier 2. I remember him doing the same spin around the same place. And I think Jedi track has been slippery in this game, for me at least, so it's very hard to keep a car going straight.
Yeah, those walls are ever present, as I found out in Tier 2. Turn 3. Took my... Oh, my word! Oh, that could have went bad. Who was that? It was Touge getting a bit of a Ferrari Aston Martin sandwich there. And who was that? X-Crystal's getting a bad exit from turn 2, I think it was. Yeah, turn 2. Oh, my word, Touge. I thought he was going to hit the wall there in turn 3. But these guys are racing hard. We've now got 2 packs, essentially. This DRS one for P7, and then we've got P1 to P6.
Jamie with the penalty, same as Extra Crystals. I think they are now handing the win to the others, because Justin and Danny have like a 3 second advantage to the guys behind him, and you know it's gonna be, I think, a DRS train until the end, but we'll see. As Fidi's getting past his teammate Gerla, seems like there's no fighting here between the Aston Martin machine.
Yeah. Is this going to be another formality, another Justin Ayert's win, with not many people contending for the win here? I mean, Danny Coe doesn't have a penalty to his name. He is on hard, so he's actually in a really good spot here as he looks to the inside of Tenari, but thinks better off it as they make their way through turn 1, 2, 3. Touge change of position there with Run Cruiser, so Touche up to P7. We're going to see this lap on lap, I think, for this DRS train from P7 to P10 currently. And Jamie, he's falling back a bit, isn't he?
He's being left out. And the interesting thing is, you know, the second pack is about 1.5 seconds per lap slower.
Wow.
That's a big difference here in pace. As shown here also.
Yeah, I mean, fighting, obviously you're battling every lap. It's not going to help your overall lap time. And I think that's what we're seeing with that second DRS group. But it's tough, isn't it? Because, like, obviously if there's a group of 4 or 5 guys battling over one position, you're not going to work together. You're just going to go hell for leather and try to be that guy at the front of the DRS train. But it's tricky. It is tricky. You have a lot of factors to contend with. ERS management being one of them, tire wear, and we're seeing a change of position here again. Yep, McKender takes P4.
McKender getting. I think the hards are now turning it on, and Danny and McKender will be a threat to P1 and 2, and maybe we'll see them fighting for that. As Tonali gets past Justin, Danico is just staying behind. He's keeping his. He's keeping quiet, but he has the DRS advantage. He has 90%. We'll see if he tries to use it and try to get past these 2 people ahead of him.
Yeah, he's obviously biding his time, just trying to save these tires and keep up with these boys. It looks like, as you say, the hards are kind of becoming the tire of choice right now. Seems a lot easier for Danico to keep up with these guys and harvest that ERS. So, pit window, I think, like you say, it's around lap 13, so we might see some people going for the early pit stop. Hards pretty much go the full race, from what I remember, although that is not advised. But yeah, you can afford a couple of lap early. Will gain you a lot of pace.
Lap 13 for the hard, lap 13, 14 for the hard. So the medium will be, I think, lap 11 is going to be a bit halfway through the race, equal tire age between the medium and hard. But I think the medium run will pit soon, but there's a fight here for the top positions. Danico is pushing Justin past Tonari, but he himself is staying behind in P3. He's not fighting for P2 or P1, but let's see. He's using his ERS. He is going down the inside and gets past both of them easily. As Tonari also gets past Justin, and Danico is now P1.
Oh, and we've got Touche dropping down the order. He's in the pits. Is Touche? This is an early one, very early, lap 9. I wonder, did he... Oh, we're going to see. He's not getting a front wing change. That is interesting. He pitted off hards for mediums.
Yeah, I think, reading his mind, the only way he can reach the pack ahead is by an undercut, and a big one. So he's going for the big undercut. He wants to use his mediums early on, and if later on they go bad, he will at least stay with the DRS train of the leading pack, you know? I think that's his mindset at the moment.
Yeah, the only other thing I was thinking, he might have a slight wing damage, and maybe he didn't select yes for the wing damage repair. I don't know, it was just a theory. We'll find out, I'm sure. As these guys in the top 4 are going side by side almost for the fast left.
Oh, was a crash behind?
Oh dear, oh dear.
Boosted spun out of the banked corner, and he has a big wing damage at the moment. Big wing damage. No wing actually, no wing. And he is now back down to P12.
Yeah, that was coming out of that big hairpin. Traction can be a bit
Look at the front pack. Look at the front pack. They're so close. 2/10 maximum. Ooh. And Justin is going for the lead, and he gets it down the inside of Danny, and great move. Tonari stays P3, but McKender is looking ahead. He wants to fight for the top 3 positions at the moment, I think.
Oh, and we've got side by side for turn 1, turn 2. It's Run Cruiser and Gurla. Oh, sorry, X Crystals and Run Cruiser, sorry, but Gurla is in the mix as well. And Touche, I see Touche getting by Wirch, who is in the pits there. So, yeah, some drivers starting to pit already. Oh, and
Yeah.
X Crystal's getting on the curb too much. His car bottomed out. That will cost him some time on the run down to this hairpin. And we may see a charge here from Run Cruiser very soon, as there is a number of DRS traits coming up. And Boots of Mess
Yeah.
indeed in the pits.
Danny did the same thing, and he went on the. He went off track, but I think he didn't get any warning or not. I have no idea. But he almost spun there, same as Fede or X Crystals. But Verge has pitted. He comes out ahead of Smelto and boosted Miss as well, but behind 2K.
Yeah, so Justin coming out of the last corner, leading the charge down the start finish rate, pulls to the left as if he's going to pit, and he does. It isn't a dummy. He's actually in the pits. Oh, and looked like he was about to go into the pit wall there, but gets the car down to speed. And yeah, a number of drivers. Naiko joins Justin, as does Tenari. So these guys, early pit stop for hards. And this allows Danico then to stretch his legs a little bit. He does have McKender for company, both on hard. So these guys will be working together, I imagine, to try to maximize this part of the race. Because, I mean, if you're Danny and McKenna, what are you thinking? Regards pit window? Is it lap 16, 17 onwards, or are they going to try something different?
Yeah, I guess we gotta see. They will know how big the undercut here or how powerful it is. Tugi didn't seem to manage a lot by the 2-lap undercut against the lead pack. I think 2 seconds only. So Danny and McKendra will not be afraid to stay out a bit more and have the fresher tires against the pack, Justin and Tunari.
Yeah, it looks like McKenna's going to take Danico on the run down to the final corner. There is a DRS trade after the final corner, so usually drivers try to time it so that you get the overtake done on the start-finish line. Because we may see the alternate of that, which is Danico now able to use that DRS. Doesn't need any ERS and gets the move done. So yeah, it looks like McKenna didn't fight that too hard, as Danico gets a bit of a overcorrection on the steering wheel there. Lost him a bit of time.
Who spun? Someone spun. I think Gerla spun on the last corner.
Oh.
And he continues on with no damage, but he lost so much time against the guys who are fighting with. But I currently 2K is 1 second faster than McKendra and Danico, so that's how big the undercut is. So only 1 second. Not much to be honest. I think Danny or McKendra can stay 2 or 3 more laps, and they are fast, so they will catch up easily.
Oh, Tenari. And where was that to? Oh, that was the S's, yeah, I think coming out of the S's, which is so easy to do.
Yeah, but I think if you go there, you lose time also, not even a corner cut only. So that's even double whammy there.
Yeah, and looking at the gaps as well, as McKenna once again overtakes Danico into the final corner. So pretty much a repeat of last lap. But yeah, I'm looking at the gaps here, from McKender to Justin Ayers. It isn't much, just over 16 seconds. Danico does indeed take the lead again on the start-finish straight. But yeah, Justin Ayers, P4, has pitted. But these guys that we're watching right now, Danico and McKenna, will have the advantage in pace once they get those medium tires on.
Yeah, Danico is only about 7 tenths slower than Justin. 7 tenths a lap. That is not a big undercut. A big undercut is about 2 seconds, 1.5. So Danico even puts a purple lap. Oh my god, even on his old hards, he had purple sector 1, and he's pushing. I think he's gonna pit this lap. It seems like it, at least. He's gonna pit this lap and minimize the undercut against Justin and Tunari.
Yeah, he's really pushing that car. You can see it, wanting to get very loose in the back end, but he's able to keep it under control for now.
Yeah, he's squeezing the horsepower out of the McLaren machine, or the orange machine, as a yellow flag sector 1, but there's nothing there.
Yeah, and I think I said lap 16 for the pit window, but that is incorrect. I think this is the pit window, isn't it? Right now, for mediums.
Yeah, 16 is a bit, I think, if you go too long, but Danico and Mekender are pitting. No penalties for either one. And I think both go on mediums. I think it's no chance for the soft here. And let's see where they come out. How big is the gap?
Yep, can see Justin passing them now. He's on the start finish rate. Tenare close behind. Jamie stays out on those old hards, which is interesting. I wonder if he's thinking of something different. He's going to run a bit longer.
Danny just cut the pit exit line horribly. There's a yellow flag and Nike retired.
It's virtual safety car.
It's only a VSC at the perfect time, I think, for no one except Fede or Gerla who's pitting now.
Yeah, and I think Gerla had already pitted, had he?
Yeah.
So he's probably, he's getting a front wing change, so somewhat good news for him, but Nike out of this session. We're down to 12 drivers. Gerla.
And look at the gap. Look at the gap between Tunari and Danny. Less than a second.
Oh my word.
So undercut is, I don't know where. He didn't trash me, I think.
That is very interesting,
yeah. That's interesting. I have no idea how I think they have more gap than that. Maybe the VSC is playing with the gap at the moment here.
I was expecting like 4 or 5 tenths, or 4 or 5 seconds even, gap. But yeah, you're right. Look at that gap. 1.1 currently between Danny Ko and Tenari. Interesting.
It's 3 this green as Tenari gets a massive wheel spin at the last corner, and he's in the jaws of Danico. Danico's not going for it. He's staying behind, and Danny and Maginder now have a 3-lap advantage on the tires. They should have been at least 2 seconds back from Tonari, but now they're right in the fight for the win immediately after pitting. That is very lucky and very impressive also.
Yeah, if Justin wants to win this, he's going to have to pull out all the tools at his disposal. He does have a bit of a buffer with Tenari there, but yeah, these medium tires are they're the tire of choice right now, and they're going to feel absolutely golden for the next few laps. And I imagine Danny Ko and McKenna are going to eke out the best they can out of those tires, but they do have to navigate a couple of cars here to get this win sewn up, and also avoid penalties. I'm not sure if these guys are carrying any warnings or as such, but I know late in the last race Danny Ko was picking up warnings left, right and centre, and did end up getting a penalty and losing out on the win.
Yeah, so I just checked, and Justin and Danny have 2 warnings.
Ooh.
Mackinder has 1 or 0, I have no idea between them, but yeah, there's a risk there as Danny goes for P2 and gets it, and he's gonna be hunting Justin this straight after, and he's going side by side, same as Mackinder getting past Tunari, and with the fastest lap from Mackinder also. Danico gets P1, and Mackinder is trying to fight for P2 on the inside, but he's hanging on still there. But the new mediums are even better. He's taking still behind, next to Justin as he gets P2 finally. Wow, that is great news for Mackinder and Danny, as now they are P1 and 2. Will they try to push? I have no idea, but maybe the good thing is to try to save the tires and keep the advantage until later on in the laps, as the mediums will be shredded by the end, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting in it because the script has flipped. It's now Danico and McKender on the fresh mediums, and Justin Ayerts is going to try his best to hang on to those, and hopefully they start falling off and the hards become the better tire. But it's gonna go down to the wire, I think. And there is a battle here for P7 as well. We've got Run Cruiser, Wirch, and X Crystals as Smelto picks up a time penalty.
Yeah. Oh, Nyko has left, and Makender now gets past Danico into P1. We'll likely see this switch happen between them as they have a little bit more advantage to gap Justin a little bit and stay ahead. You know, P1 will not lose to P3 with this tire advantage here. But let's see, is a big fight here between P7, P8, and P9. On the back straight, Runkuza has no DRS. Verge has, and he gets past on the outside. Fede tries to get on the outside also, but it's a wide line there and he has no grip. But he's pushing there. He's pushing with the ERS. As Verge now has no DRS, so it's back down now. 3 side by side into turn 1, and Fede gets down the inside. Oh, as he clips the tire off Room Cruiser, and he spins. Oh my God, Fede spins, and now he's back down behind Smelto.
Yeah, a bit of an audacious move there from Max Crystals, but I think Run Cruiser is just not having any of it. Elbows out, sent it into the corner, and collected X Crystals there, so possibly look at that after the race. But yeah, it's kind of like what we were saying about the DRS train. You know, it's very hard to break DRS, even when you have like the better tire, fresher tire. Justin Ayert's still able to keep up with these guys, and that's with the use of DRS. There's 3 DRS rates.
Fede trying a forbidden move there, down and side by side into these left and right. As he taps the rear wing of Smelto, but he stays on track and he continues on. I think he's a bit angry from that earlier incident with Room Cruiser, but he has to stay focused.
Makender and Justin side by side for turn 2. That was a bit tight, I think. I don't know who's going to come out on top. It looks like Makender's got it for now. Sorry, our gamer.
No worries, man. Yeah, Makender, Justin. There's no love lost there between them. So, it's Firsch. He spun in the last corner, or he got spun by Aaron Cruiser again. Maybe Aaron Cruiser is, hunting Fede and Virch. Both of these rivals have spun, and Aaron Cruiser is now alone in P7. He's fighting himself at the moment. We'll see after the race if there's any fire incidents, but now it's...
X Crystals. What? Oh my word, he hit turn 3, yeah. I actually...
A safety car, full safety car now.
Oh my word. I caught that on camera, but even whenever it showed that he DNF'd, I couldn't work out what happened, and his wheel suddenly popped off. He clipped the inside of turn 3.
Same as in quali, huh?
Yeah.
Fortunari, I think he clipped the inside of turn 3 as well. I've seen reports, some drivers saying the suspension is very, very weak, and the tire pops out immediately with any crash. But we'll see after the race. But yeah, safety car now, full safety car, and the leaders are all pitting. The advantage is lost for Makender and Danico, is now equalized between all the top 4 drivers, and who's gonna win is on merit.
Yeah, and Tenari and Makender, because they're running so close, they double stack. So Tenari only losing 1 position, which is, I guess, not too bad. It could have been a lot worse.
Look at the tires. The tires are the same 2 people, Makender and Danico, going for soft, while Justin and Tenari going for mediums.
Okay.
Very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, what would you go for? I think I would have went for softs. There's going to be a couple of laps under safety car. I think it's manageable in it, 4 or 5 laps under race conditions on softs.
But the soft is a horrible tire.
Once it overheats, it's terrible, yeah.
Yeah, and Justin and Tenari are the more knowledgeable drivers. They league race more, and Danico and Makender are retirees of SLR. So I would trust Justin and Tenari's decision there. But we'll see by the end who's gonna be winning this race. Yeah, I think the first few laps will be a big advantage, but by the end, it's gonna be on merit.
Yeah, and it's going to be a great end to the season. We're usually not a fan of safety cars, not too often anyway, but this sets us up nicely for a final shootout in Season 15, Tier 1. And all the top names are at the top end of the grid, it seems. With Danny Coe leading the way for now, but yeah, we have a bit of a split in strategy. Most guys going for softs, but there is those four drivers went for mediums, and that may well turn out to be the deciding factor in the win. Because as we've alluded to, those softs overheat very, very quickly after about 2 laps, I think. Maybe even before then. They're going to get very, very hot, and it'll be very easy to lose the car in certain corners of this track. So yeah, going to be interesting. I think safety car's out for one more lap, as there is some guys having to make their way up the grid. We also have to talk about the fact that there's 4 guys with penalties, and what you don't want when you have penalties is a late safety car.
Yeah, it magnifies the penalty. So Tonari is not going to be fighting for a win here, but Tonari and Mckinder are fighting for P3 in the standings here. There's 6 points gap between them, but Mckinder in the race now has the advantage to stay in P3.
If you had to call it right now, Gamer, who do you think wins this race?
I think it's gonna be Justin.
Justin, yeah. I mean
Yeah.
It's hard to bet against Justin. I don't know. I have a feeling McKenna might win this one, but we'll see. I don't think we've seen his true potential this season. I think he's been trolling a little bit, taking it a bit easier than usual, but I think he would like to win the final race of the season, as would anybody, of course.
Yeah. It could be Danico also, the underdog here. Just kidding. But yeah, Justin has been phenomenal this season, and yeah, I think he has the pace and he has the knowledge to fight in these 4 or 5 laps at the end and get the win.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes down to experience, these top 4 or 5 drivers, I would say, very experienced, very yeah, been in this situation many times before, know what to do, know what they expect. Just have to execute it once we get race conditions underway again. Seeing Justin weaving about here, I think we talked about it in the tier 2 race, me and you. Like, I mean, does it really help at all, weaving, or does it just intimidate your opponent?
Yeah, it has to be some like high speed weaving. Slow weaving is gonna be only the outer tire, but when you do high speed weaving, it's gonna be more effective for the inner temps. But I think he can afford to do these weavings, as he has a medium tire. The software will die from this weaving. But let's see where Danico go. You can call it.
Yeah, here we are. Danico is going to get us underway for the final race of the season. And how is he going to do it? Is he going to leave it late? It looks like he is, actually. Usually you see them going out of the last corner, but Danico, oh, he goes. And that caught a few people off guard. And I think Justin is paying the price here, because McKender didn't get the best of starts. Justin was held up a little bit there as he tries to go around the outside of McKender, but McKender getting the inside line and holds on to the position for now.
Jamie goes down the inside of Tuge in turn 1, and he gets P5 with a brilliant move. Tuge gets all sort of tire spins, and he's now down to P6 in trouble.
Yeah, and I mean, he's not got a penalty to his name, so he once he gets past these guys, he wants to start contending for a podium. Wirch gets the time penalty in P9. Boosted currently in the points if you've taken the time penalties into effect there, so that'd be a solid result for him. So he joined pretty late in the session, but yeah, Danico still leading the way here. We don't have ERS until the next lap. Sorry, DRS. Of course, they have ERS available when they want it, and Danico currently at 60% ERS. McKender 52, so yeah, everybody's run about the same at the top end of the grid here. Tonari 70%, so Yeah, starting to think about the long game here in terms of when they're going to attack and when they want to defend.
Yeah, McKinnon is under pressure here from Justin, and he's so much away from, further away from Danico. 16th, 17th here on the same tire, and he clips the inside of the last turn. Yeah, he's not pushing, seems like, or something.
Yeah, it's interesting because McKinnon is a buffer essentially for Danico to Justin Ayres, and yeah, Justin can't afford to be held up too much here. And I think this is Danny's strategy, isn't it? He's hoping that these guys fight behind and he can pull away then.
Oh.
And I believe Gerla has had an issue there. You see him dropping off the back end of the grid.
Yeah, I think it's about it's very interesting to see the ERS modes the people are using. They're using hot lap, medium, and off all in the same lap, which is very interesting to see. Honestly, it's very hard to maneuver these settings mid lap, but they are the best in the best. So, but yeah, Tugi is pressuring Dami now, only 3 tenths behind him. Rukuzo on the soft tire, not really putting any pressure on Tugi, which is very interesting.
Yeah, and I'm surprised, yeah, we haven't seen any moves, but maybe we're just building up for a final 2 laps of overtakes. But everybody getting off to a reasonably good safety car restart there.
Justin, he went on the outside of McKinnon. It seemed like he had less wing than McKinnon. He was passing him with no hot lap, with no ERS, and he tries to make the move down the inside now, going for P2. Going for P1, and he stays back. He's fighting side by side with McKinnon. Turn 2, he's on the outside with the worst tire, and he's using ERS, same as McKinnon. Will they back out? Will they not? As McKinnon backs out, and Justin stays in P2. Oh, wow, that was very, very close there.
Yeah, very brave stuff there from Justin, but I think he knew he had to get that done. And he's got himself up to P2, so he's just got one car ahead of him. That's the car between him and victory. And what a way to end the season for Justin if he was to win this one as well. I think that would take his win tally up to 8, possibly 9 over the season, which is incredible in Tier 1.
He's been dominating this tier. But remember, Danico and Justin have 2 warnings, so if they, misplace, make a mistake, they are out for the win. Out. And McKinnon is fat runner for that. Justin is staying behind Danico, he's pushing him. Danico wants Justin to pass him, but Justin is saying no. You just want to stay behind. McKinnon is the force behind them all. As top 4 is all within the 10. As Ronco's retires, he clips he spins on the curb and he clips the offset wall of turn I don't know what, and he DNFs. But Justin goes down past Danico. McKinnon is fighting Tonari, and it's all mayhem now. Justin with no DRS. He's vulnerable here into turn 1. Danico is hesitating here as he does go into P1. Tonari and McKinnon, the boys in the Merc, are fighting, but McKinnon is staying ahead there. Oh.
Yeah, it's starting to hot up, and we are on the penultimate lap, so this is what we expected. Things are kicking off nicely, and Danico coming under a lot of pressure now from Justin, but also these Mercs can't count them out. As McKinnon on the soft tire, Tonari on these mediums. And is Danico going to be able to get it done here? I think it's going against him at this point of the race. I think these mediums...
Justin ERS.
Yeah, 90.
Just has been saving. Yeah, he has been saving. McKinnon is vulnerable. He's 40% only. Jamie goes, he crosses, he goes off track and he stays in P5, but I think that's a warning for him there. As McKinnon is trying to get past Justin.
That was a free wide into a fast left-hander, yeah.
He does it. I think McKinnon is the shield for Danico here. As Justin will not back down. As Tonari and Justin both get past McKinnon. McKinnon is now going for P3 or P2 to P5, and Justin and Tonari side by side there. Justin with the slipstream for Danico. Danico is giving Justin slipstream. I have no idea why, but he's defending the inside now. Justin is not really using the ERS. He's staying. Oh, there's some touching here between Tonari and Danny, but it all goes back now to the same position as Justin and Tonari is still fighting side by side there. Justin is staying ahead there for at P2, and Danico is still in P1. He keeps his P1 position, and he's the one most vulnerable here with the DRS straights in at this track.
Yep, and I think we're going to see a few more moves here, as there are 2 more DRS straights to go through, and that's the big danger point for Danny Co getting overtaken here. Justin is lining him up. He's in the best spot, isn't he, really? Final lap, right behind the leader, and he's got a couple of DRS straights coming up. So, oh, and was there contact there between Justin and Tonari? I saw a bit of movement, weird movement in Justin's car.
Yeah, Danico seems like he's slowing down. I think he wants them to fight. He doesn't want to be leading there. Oh, Stuke down the inside. Yeah, he's trying to get past Justin, and he sits side by side there. Danico is staying ahead still.
Yeah, I think that's allowed Danico to get a bit of a gap. And oh, Justin thinking about going down the inside. Is he going to get it? It's all about the exit from the final corner down to the start finish straight. And I think Danico has just done enough here. And oh my word, he runs Justin very tight against the wall there. And McKender is out of the session as well. I think he might have retired in the pits, I think. But yeah, wow, what a final lap.
Wow, what a race. I think.
Oh my word, Smelto P4, jeez.
Yeah, I think it's maybe to the penalties there or something. But wow, what an ending there. Danico pitted very smartly, making Tuge and Justin fight, and they lost a bit of gap there at the last DRS straight. And Danico wins by a minuscule amount, as he was disadvantaged there at the end with less ERS than Justin, but he still made it out ahead with only 59,000, I think. Yeah, thousands.
Yeah, and look at the gap from Tonari to Jamie. That was down to those time penalties. I think Tonari had 6 seconds, so lost out on a podium today. But oh my word, Smelto up to P4. That's an amazing result for him. Was a last minute addition to the race. Has been doing well in Tier 2, but maybe he belongs in Tier 1. As Justin Ayert's DNS drops down to P7, but yeah, he did finish P2. And
and Tuge P3, really nice finish from him. I think he was not even with the DRS pack at the beginning of the race. He was like 8 seconds behind, and he recovered with the safety car, and he made it out to P3, which is a very good result from Tuge. I think this is really good for the championship. He goes up to something. No, he stays P2. Okay, never mind. But yeah. Great recovery from him.
Yeah. So Danico takes it in the end. Hard fought victory, especially those last laps. I mean, it was looking like it was going to go towards Justin. It was definitely looking favourable for Justin. But Danico, as always, he always has something an extra tool in his bag that he just whips out last lap, and there you go. Takes the win on the final lap, defending like a lion, and yep, Justin P2, Tuge did end up P3, so did get a podium. Smelto then P4. Jamie with a solid finish as well, P5 in the end, and Boosted Mess P7. Let's go.
The GOAT.
The GOAT, indeed. Driver of the day, what do you reckon, Wargamer? Anyone standing out?
I closed the standings, so I closed the result. But I think it could be between Jamie and Tuge there. Both are good. Boosted also is good, I think, but he more benefits from the penalties and the safety car. I think Tuge and Jamie really managed to finish the race well. I think maybe Tuge. Yeah, Tuge. I think he deserves this. He he was in a tough spot there, beginning of the race, the first half. He tried to make the undercut work. He pitted low laps early, trying to make something work. He didn't give up at all. He tried to pit 2 laps earlier. The undercut really didn't benefit him a lot, but with the safety car, he managed to stay with the pack, and he managed to get P3 in the end. So, for me, it's 2K.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, I thought maybe jammy, but yeah, there's time penalties maybe. Uh, I'm just thinking as well. I kind of got a telling off because we give Danny Koo so many Driver of the Day awards this season apparently. But it was hard to go against him. I mean, he did pull off some mighty performances this season. Um, right. Well, it's the final interview session of the season. Without further ado, let's bring in our Tier 1 title winner, the Drivers' Championship, all sewn up. Another podium. Was close to almost a win today. So, yeah, I mean, Justin, what a race today. What a season. Back-to-back titles. Were you able to enjoy this one a bit more than the previous ones? Now that you had the titles sewn up early, yeah?
Yeah, well, it got a bit more sweaty than I would have liked towards the end, but I think the entire race, I mean, I came in with only 1 lap of practice, maybe 2, 3 at most. So I was just out there, see what I can do. And ultimately, yeah, P2 maybe could have been P1 had the little contact at the fast left-hander not happened, but alas, we'll let Danny have some.
And he squeezed you as well. I saw that squeeze down the start-finish line. Almost had you in the pit wall there at one point.
Well, I forgot that didn't exist off the back, and then I didn't realize the wall came sooner than it did.
Yeah, it was a close one. That'll be some way to end your season. You're about to get a podium and then death. But yeah, I mean, how's the season been overall for you? Obviously, I'm imagining it's been a good one, enjoyable. But yeah, just like in terms of stress levels or any particular race stand out, or how's it been?
Well, in terms of a race that stands out, I don't know, maybe Japan, because that's I think the one that stays in my mind a bit more. Japan, Miami were pretty good. Both drastically different races, with fighting McKender to the line in Miami and then Japan finishing ahead with 7 seconds. But overall, the season's been fun. I wouldn't say stress was too high because I was confident in myself, as I believe every driver should be. But yeah, missing the 2 races and then still coming back with like a 30-point gap was nice.
Yeah, that's impressive when you consider the 2 race hiatus. Like, have you any thoughts about your the competitors for that title? Like, you're obviously competing with like Sedanic, who joined late, McKender, who perhaps wasn't taking it very seriously this season. Are you hopeful that maybe next season that those guys, do pick it up a little bit and give you a run for your money?
I wouldn't say, them to pick it up. They all fought hard. I mean, look today. It just shows when it's a track that DRS train can be effective. It just shows how close the field is. But yeah, like you said, with Danny racing, it'll probably make my chances of winning the championship next season a bit harder. Probably a lot more harder, because in all the races that we've raced in since he started Monza, he's beaten me, I think, twice out of the potential 4 times. So, it's still 50-50. If it would have been across the season, it would have been tight. But yeah, just looking to be consistent next season, and hopefully maybe Yari comes back and Tugay and Tunari and company do great too.
Yeah, so I take it from what you're saying, it looks like you will be coming back next season.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, just to have one, I think this season has been very, very good for you. Even outside of SLR, you have done very good at top leagues. You have won, I think, the best 2, not naming them, of course, but you have won them. And now SLR, I think you have found yourself a very good driving game. You know, I think physics, I think for this game has really been to your liking. Or tell me about it. Like it's been like now full season, the same physics, the same setups and everything. How has the game been treating you? You know?
I think well, last season already in F123, I felt pretty good because of the traction, and then this season, the front end kind of, or not this season, this game, the front end got really grippy, with grippy rears as well. So probably something about that suits my driving style, how nimble it is to throw in the corners. Um, but yeah, like you said, 3 championships across the board, probably for the last time and the first time. Um, yeah, I guess my goal next season is just to be consistent and extend the record in SLR to try and make it back to back to back.
That's why I
Good
like
luck.
to hear.
Good luck with that. It will be fun to watch. I didn't really watch Tier 1 this season a lot, but what I see from the result, it's been very good from your side. But I think this season will be a more difficult season, but also more like fun. I think when it's out of competition, it's a bit more fun to drive. But I think with the DRS, it's been also interesting because the fighting here has been extremely close. It's a lot more than just pure pace. It's just stay behind and wait for the next DRS, because if I pass him now, he will be with the DRS. So there is a bit of mind games there. This race also, I think you try to stay behind. I think the second to last DRS, where Tugay went down your inside. You also had more ERS there. Why did not go for the move? I think there was still a chance to stay ahead. No?
Because to be honest, it was very chaotic on the final lap. I wanted to stay just behind Danny. It was going well, and then 2K came out of nowhere and then fell to contact and then got hooked a bit to the right. But if I got in front of him, I'm not sure in hindsight what would have happened if 2K would have steamrolled Danny into the corner and I could have run away, or Danny would have just slowed down. But I didn't know I had more ERS. All I know is that DRS is worth 6/10 per straight on this track. So you could imagine even if I was just ahead with more ERS, I probably would have gotten overtaken, especially with the benefit of Slipstream. Because you saw like I was 8/10 behind Danny going into the straight and then side by side with him into the corner, even without Slipstream. So it was just chaotic, but at the end of the day, it was for fun. Nothing really on the table.
Yeah. Also, one more question. The safety car, you and Tonari went for softs. Danico and McKinder went for mediums, or the opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, other way around. What's the mindset there? Why did you go for mediums when it's only like I think 5 laps left for racing?
Because the softs, I think around this track are like 6% a lap or something. So I knew that after 2-3 laps, the mediums would be quicker, and they were. As you saw towards the end, the final 2 laps, we were able to stick right behind them in the first sector. So yeah, I'm happy it ended when it did the safety car, because if it even lasted 1 lap later, it probably would have changed the entire way the race went.
Yeah. Yeah, I said it was the mediums were better, but Ocean really disagreed. So this question is to show that Ocean is not really a good strategist and should not be called Ocean Chief. But yeah, it's been it's been a good season for you, Justin. Congrats on this championship. I think only one constructors went for Mercedes, but maybe next season you have better teammates. But yeah.
Our gamer's proposition.
Actually, I don't know what. I actually don't know who your teammate is.
There's our gamer. He'll do it for you.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'll see about that. But yeah, thank you for coming, and we'll see you in a few weeks.
Yeah, thanks for the season, guys.
Yep, GG,
No
bro. And yeah, look forward to next season. We'll try and get some solid competition for you. It looked like I wouldn't say it was easy, but it definitely you definitely dominated this season, which in Tier 1 is quite something, you know.
Thank you.
And yeah, but that's it from Justin. Thanks again, and yeah, our gamer, thanks for joining the session later on there. I know it was a bit of a last minute thing, but I appreciate it. We have Driver of the Day sewn up, tier 1 wrapped up, tier 2 wrapped up. So I mean, I just want to thank everybody that behind the scene that run the whole show. I know there's probably no one listening right now apart from our gamer. Unfortunately, has to hear this, but
No, we
yeah.
have 7 people.
Oh, there's 7 people.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks to everybody. You know, we have FA team, commentators, the whole works. There's a lot goes in to the running of SLR behind the scenes, and I do very little of that work. But like Sour Gamer here, Tanari, Danny Co, Lepson, and I feel like I've left someone out. I'll find out after the
No?
stream when they shout at me. But yeah, it's been a great. Next season we'll be back, hopefully with 2 tiers. So if you are interested in driving, be sure to sign up. In the meantime, we'll try and get some special events on the go, but it won't be too long. The season 16 comes around the corner, so I, for one, am very much looking forward to that. Our gamer, hopefully you'll be on track too. Um, but yeah, until then, guys, thanks for watching and thanks everybody for the likes and the subs. We will speak soon. All the best. Bye bye.
Bye.